from sparsely populated downtown Seattle. It's the Dinnernet, the only podcast that's open on Memorial Day.
Our guest on this episode is Taylor Cheney, chef-owner of Yalla, a takeout window on Capitol Hill specializing in Arab food. Taylor, thanks for joining us.
Thanks for having me.
What's up, Taylor? How are you doing?
I'm doing great. How are you guys?
We're good. How's your week?
Good. Just been working a lot since we got back.
Yeah.
I'm working a ton.
You were traveling. Yeah.
Yes. We were gone for a couple weeks.
We'll talk about it in the interview, but where did you go?
We went to Turkey, Egypt, and Jordan, but we made a little stopover in Italy to just put our feet up for a minute and eat pizza every day.
Excellent. Which part of Italy?
We went to Rome and Capri and did a quick stop in Pompeii just to, I wanted my boyfriend to see it and check it out. And Naples, obviously, you have to go to Capri. So
right,
yeah. But
so why not there too?
Rome is one of my favorite cities, and we went to like so many amazing places that I like. One, we had to wait. You had to wait in line, and like it's like super famous. And we went to all these great places.
Like a restaurant.
Yeah. It's like
cool,
super good.
You've been back for a minute though, yeah?
Yes, a couple of weeks, but really like working pretty hard since we got back.
Still compensating for the time off. Yeah,
exactly. Yeah.
Mark, how are you doing?
So good.
Yeah.
I was just thinking that this has been the fastest 3-day weekend ever. And then I realized we're here on the third day of the weekend working.
You're working again.
It's not really a 3-day weekend.
Steve and I were trying to plan a grill dinner, and grill hot dogs and stuff. And I'm like, I actually have to work today.
Right, exactly.
I appreciate it though, because I look forward to the podcast every week, and I'd be sad if you didn't.
Thank you. And also, it doesn't come out till later in the week, and so people will be like, "Where the fuck's the podcast?"
Exactly.
When they're looking for it, it's not Memorial Day.
Yeah,
exactly. Yep.
Yeah.
It is now, but not now.
Yeah. Did you do anything cool this weekend?
Yeah, I did. I went earlier in the week. I went to see Nils Frahm at the Paramount.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
And
how do you spell that?
It's Nils Frahm.
Frahm.
So it's like
I do not know of them. Sorry.
Yeah. So he's as a multi-instrumentalist. He had so many cool instruments up on stage. I was photographing the stage beforehand. He had like a mini Moog Model D. He had a Rhodes electric piano.
Does he play multiple at the same time?
Yeah, he kind of goes, it's just him, and he just does stuff back and forth. He programs stuff.
That's cool.
His style is really interesting. It's kind of like, he has a lot of material that is neoclassical and ambient and sort of like a Philip Glass, Ervo Pärt kind of style. And then he's got other stuff that is more like electronic, like Kraftwerk, Aphex Twin, Otecker.
I love it. I love Aphex Twin and Kraftwerk.
I made an Otecker reference to Steven earlier. I was like, and something an Otecker, and he wasn't familiar. And I'm like, is that a deep cut? So I'm thrilled to hear that you know as well.
And maybe it is these days.
We remember.
Yeah, totally.
We were there for that.
And what's really fascinating about his style too is it just really morphs. Like he just kind of has these really long pieces that he's just. It's interesting the whole time, and it just shifts.
Where did you see him again? I'm sorry.
The Paramount.
Oh, okay. So it was a huge following then.
Yeah.
For sure. Okay.
Yeah. You got to check him out.
I got to check. It sounds like I got to check.
Incredible.
That sounds sort of like an echo of my dream of having a band of all keyboardists, because Mark and I are both pianists, and we were talking to Leni Ramadan a little bit about that too. Like keyboard. Like, what if there were 5 or 6 of us?
I know, right?
One's on bass, one's on treble, right?
I'm counting down. I'm going to this concert at the Paramount, but it's not till fall. But I'm like, the moment the tickets went on sale. Do you know Glenn Hazard?
No.
Or the Frames?
Yes, no, the Frames.
So they're performing.
Okay.
And I haven't seen them since I was 18. I'm like, I can't. I love that venue too. It's a great venue.
Yeah, it's one of the best.
Nice.
Yeah.
Also had a glass harmonica on stage. You guys know about this thing?
No. What?
What? This is an instrument that was invented by Ben Franklin. All right, so it goes way back, and it's this glass cone in sort of like this curly Q thing, and there's a motor that keeps it spinning over and over again.
Yeah.
And you play it with like a bow, and then it kind of makes this really vibey, almost violin-like sound, but also sort of like a singing saw kind of sound. You can get lots of different tones out of it. That's how he started the show, was playing that, and it was.
Wow.
So it's not a harmonica in the classic sense.
No, it is not.
But it is named a harmonica.
Yeah, funnily enough, it's spelled glass harmonica, like with an A, but it is also referred to as a glass harmonica too.
Okay.
I think maybe as a sort of like retronym.
They just took the H off for copyright reasons.
Yeah.
Harmonica was copywritten.
You got to pay poor Richard's estate.
The harmonica estate won't stand for it.
Yeah. What did you do this week, Meg?
What did I do? I made black pepper ice cream. Steve and I bought this like grocery outlet cheese that had a lot of black pepper in it. It was like a soft cheese, and we're like, it tastes like black pepper ice cream. So then we decided to make that a reality. I think that the gross out did it better. It was actually like the brand was like Costello or something. We made it a little too sweet, I think.
Did you serve it with fruit or anything? Did you? Put
no, and we were like watching Ozark, which I've never watched, last night. And Steven's like, oh shit, the black pepper ice cream. And he went and got it like at midnight or something. And we were eating it. I don't mean to insult Steven's ice cream talents, but I found it a bit sweet. He did put Balinese long pepper in it as well, which was sort of interesting. Like it has, facets to it. It was good. I still liked it.
Ice cream is complicated in the sense that it needs the sugar for texture in some ways too. Yes. So you can't just do it to taste exactly.
Right. Yeah. Then it would just be like a weird creme fraiche
like rock hard if you don't put sugar in it too.
I think that there's more experimentation to be done.
Totally.
And also I went to the Tacoma Night Market, which is, there are a lot of little sort of flea market-y punk rock festivals like the Tacoma Night Market. It's in an old warehouse at like 54th, just off of South Tacoma Way. Yeah. It's by the church cantina and a little like around the corner from Howdy Bagel.
Oh, I still want to go there.
And there were a lot of makers. So there was a DJ, there were people selling food, there was a coffee cart. The person I met that I thought was really interesting is the editor at Grit City Magazine, Sierra Hartman, and they do a magazine, I think it's been 7 years now. It's large scale, photo heavy, and it's just about Tacoma and kind of like a fuck the police, anti-capitalist style. And it focuses specifically on Tacoma, not Seattle. They're very proud in Tacoma. They're proud people, right? You grew up there,
That's right, 253, baby.
And so this magazine is more like a book. It's hand-stitched. It's magazine shaped, but it runs for about $40, but it's all photos. It's glossy. And like there was an essay on the BNI Public Marketplace, which was a circus supply store in the 50s and is now a Mexican mall and has interesting food. I saw it last time I was there. There was like a big table of banditos, like gang members, like just making a show of eating a giant meal in the middle of the mall while they had like guards standing around them. It's an interesting place.
They have like a wig shop where you can try on wigs, right?
They have a wig shop.
We used to do that in high school and take pictures. Sounds like a weird activity, but
they have a store for the long toe, very long toe curved Mexican cowboy boots.
Yeah.
They have a store. They have a place that's just juice, different kinds of juice.
Yeah.
And there was a story in the issue that I was really interested in that was all of the birds and insects and plants that live in the Tacoma Cemetery in the south part of Tacoma. I just like that kind of stuff. It was really heavily illustrated. It's a really interesting publication, and I feel like people should check it out. Even if you don't want to shell out $40 for an issue, they have it at the library. That's how I found out about Grit City Magazine. So I had an interesting chat with the editor, and I probably will end up writing something for them eventually.
Cool.
Tacoma also has a good library too, by the way. Shout out Tacoma Library.
Yeah, really.
It's really good.
Yeah.
How frequently does it come out?
I believe it's quarterly.
Quarterly? Yeah, that makes sense.
It's a big production, and there's a lot of people who work on it. So, and perfectly copy edited, by the way. I don't always expect that of a punk rock kind of scrappy production. It's both scrappy and high production value.
Love it. That's like this podcast.
Just like us, in a way.
Well, Taylor, tell us a little bit about like what's been going on with Yalla lately.
Yeah.
Working a lot. I'm really excited to be back. We are just kind of, getting back into the swing of things, but hopefully next week I'm going to start putting on some new specials and doing some fun things. Like people ask for Koshary a lot. We were talking about that because of the hot sauce I brought today that's used with Koshary. Doing some of those fun things we had over there. We really want to do that. And I think we're going to have a lot more time starting next week now that, we're settled back in and just getting back into the swing of things. So that'll be new. We're going to have some people doing some pop-ups. Great. I'm really excited about this summer. Still trying to finalize some of those, but we'll announce some of those soon as well.
Can you tell people what Koshary is?
Oh, Koshary, yeah, I should tell you. So it's an Egyptian, it's an interesting dish. Yeah. It's like lentils and macaroni, but like the short kind of macaroni, fried onions,
tomatoes,
chickpeas. Yeah. And then they serve it with tomato sauce on the side. Yeah. Really garlicky. And then this garlic vinegar and also hot sauce usually. Usually my face is like melting off because I love the hot sauce that goes on it so much. I just douse it.
It's been hard to find in town, so you're serving it now.
Yes, we've done it once. We did when we were doing some Palestine fundraisers for Palestine, we did a Koshary night too. But we'll be doing maybe a little less. So we'll have other people doing pop-ups in, but we noticed that sometimes when we do a pop-up for ourselves, people get mad when they can't come get like their za'atar and lebne or
Oh, really?
So we'll probably be doing like Koshary night or Egyptian breakfast night. And so we'll do like, you know, different like stuffed falafels and fun things.
Cool.
Some, you know, like Lebanese dishes, some, you know, all sorts of things. So it'll be fun. But
Great.
Yeah, that's really cool.
Yeah.
Have you happened to go over to the Ballard Koshary restaurant?
No. Where is that?
It's just called Koshary.
Really? How have I not heard of this?
Yeah, they opened up a few months ago, and it's right on there. It's right on 24th, and I think like 57th.
Oh my gosh, I want to go. Yeah,
Yeah.
for sure. I didn't know that.
Anyways,
Hummus Cafe also has koshary
Oh,
because they're
yeah.
Egyptian and they have that fava bean hummus.
I haven't been there, but I've seen it because I was going over that area to like Flint Creek or something. I think
They're right across from Flint Creek
Yes,
on the corner.
and I saw it. I was like, okay, I got to check
They're
that out.
fabulous.
Is it great?
Yeah, and they're
Okay,
Egyptian,
cool.
so
That's
they have
awesome.
some Egyptian specialties there.
Cool.
Yeah.
Yay.
So Yalla, if people don't know what Yalla is, shall we explain it a little bit? Like,
Sure.
we were talking earlier about what the adjective is because we're not using Levantine anymore.
yeah, for sure. So Yalla is in Arabic, it's like let's go.
Okay.
But there's a joke that it has like, you know, many meanings. So, you know, you might be sitting at a table at somebody's house, and, you know, in the Arab world, and they'll be like, Yalla eat. Like, it's like,
Let's go.
It's there's like,
Come on.
There's so many ways you can use Yalla.
Move your ass.
Yeah. I love the word. And it's also a word that's easy for people to say that aren't Arabic speakers. So that was like the thought to that as well. But we're a walk-up window, and we try to, you know, honor a lot of the food that we loved over there and try and do it simply, but everything is house made. You know, we make our bread every day from scratch and make our own pickles or labna, you know, everything. We try to make it as scratch as we can in the space that we have, and keep it as consistent as possible, because, you know, those are the places I like the most over there while traveling, are these small little places that just have a simple menu and you can go there every day and it's the same people there working every day. You know, I love that. So
is it accurate to say that the bread you make is called lavash, or is it has
sage?
Yes.
Yes. So sage is like originally comes from, think of like when you turn a pot upside down over a fire, right?
Yeah.
And so they would, you know, stretch this bread. And it's not like we don't put any yeast in it or anything in it. It was cool because some people came for Passover and they got some, you know, for Passover. Yeah. So, so you stretch it over, you know, usually like a pillow, and then you turn it upside down onto an iron. But we can't use gas in there, so we can't really do that the way they do it there. So we use a crepe machine instead, which produces honestly like looks pretty much the same.
Right, because you have a teeny tiny space.
Yeah, we don't. We only have electric. It's like all electric. So
I remember interviewing you last fall.
Yeah,
and we talked about some fundraisers that you were doing, and you explained like you had the tiniest space in the world. I remember, and you're like, "What can we make here?"
Yeah,
because you had traveled in Jordan and Egypt and Syria.
Yeah, for sure.
And Lebanon.
Yes.
And you were coming back and you knew that you wanted to make this kind of food. You enjoyed it so much, but you're like, this is the tiniest. What's the square footage on it?
We don't even have, there's not even plans for it.
Oh, really?
Yeah, we've tried to find them, but I think it's like a little under 300 square feet inside.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it's an unusual shape too.
Yeah, it's a triangle shape. And people will see the door and think that that's like a back kitchen. I'm like, no, that's like a tiny, like 2 foot by 2 foot bathroom that we like get into. There's nothing, there's no prep kitchen.
Amazing.
So we make everything small amounts and cool it in small amounts in the space we have, and then have to make it again. So it's, we don't get to back stuff up a bunch, you know, like a restaurant. There's no walk-in. It's like what you're eating is pretty fresh because it was probably made a day.
So Sage was the perfect versatile thing to center your menu around.
Exactly. Yeah, exactly.
And you do a lot of like veggie and vegan stuff too. Like you have a lot of different items in this little tiny window menu. Yeah.
Yeah. It was really important to me to, well, not only is a lot of their food in the Arab world is vegan or vegetarian by default, I also have a lot of friends that are vegan and vegetarian, and I feel like they're always like limited of like where to go, and I don't want anyone to feel left out. So we have a lot of vegan options. Like all of our mezes are vegan. Sometimes we do a special and it's not vegan, but our main fixed menu, maybe a third possibly of our most popular items are vegan.
Yeah.
Just by default, like a falafel sandwich is vegan by default. So
yeah, sure.
Right.
Yeah.
What are some of the other popular items on your menu?
So when we first started, we would get asked all the time, can I have this with a side of garlic sauce on? And I would be like, hold on to this thing of like, they don't put garlic sauce on sage. They don't put it on manouche. Like they don't do that.
That would never happen.
That's the thing. That's like one of my pet peeves
Yeah.
in America is that everyone squeezes like garlic sauce over everything. Yeah. And I'm like, they do eat it, but they don't eat it on everything. So finally I caved and I was like, okay, let's make a chicken sage and make the flavor profile of shawarma, chicken shawarma, like, and have garlic sauce, and it's like our top seller. Like we go through cases and cases of chicken a week now. It's insane.
Really?
Yes.
Americans love chicken.
And
Seattle loves chicken.
Garlic sauce, they love it. And I get it.
Are you talking about the toom?
Toom, yes.
Which I struggle to make. I recently ran out of my Karam's garlic sauce, and I'm like, I should make it. Taylor sent me the recipe.
It's
That's
so
what
easy.
you said last time I saw you. You're like, I'll just send it to you.
Yeah.
But I am a lazy princess who doesn't like to cook. So
it's so easy though. I'm telling you, food processor, boom. I mean, you can make it by hand, but if you want to do a lazy way, you can do it.
I'm like an indoor kid who sits at a laptop. I don't think I have a food. Steven has a food processor.
Yeah.
Or we always say we're going to make it, but then I never actually do it.
Yeah. No, it's okay. I should have brought you some. I'm sorry.
No. I should just go to Yalla and eat it there.
I'll give you some. Just come
It
by.
is delicious.
Thank you so much.
Suffice to say.
It's funny to witness people trying to turn sage into shawarma.
Right. That's what they're trying to do.
Yeah. So my favorite style of shawarma is actually I love all styles. Sorry, don't make anyone mad. But Syrian shawarma is like one of my favorites. So they make it on sage, and it's really like simple. So the meat one would come with, tahini sauce, tomatoes, pickled cucumbers, rolled and grilled. So it's like thin and it's kind of crispy.
Yeah.
And then the chicken one would just have like pickles, toom, and chicken shaved, and like and it's rolled and that's why I love that one. I love all kinds. Like we had it in Turkey, we had it in Jordan, we had it even in Egypt. There's an Egyptian style too that they make on like kind of a bun. But I really love it on the sage. So you can, but we can't really make shawarma there. We're too tiny, guys. I'm sorry.
Yeah,
people ask every day, but we cannot do it there. We're not able to do it.
Like that spit would take up so much room.
Yeah.
The rotating vertical spit that you'd have to have for shawarma.
You have to have a hood for that too.
Yeah.
You can't have that without,
Yeah.
So
the window that Yalla is in has a really interesting history of some really iconic old Seattle businesses. Like you had Tortas Condesa there, Karaima Khan.
And Tacos Gringos.
Yeah.
I love that one. That one was so good.
So how did you come to occupy the space and take it over? And what was it like developing the concept for it and working on it?
Yeah. So, I think with the other place, they had expanded and done a lot of other things and opened a bigger restaurant. So the last place before us, they had opened a bigger restaurant. So they had moved onto like bigger, better things, I think. And so I did a pop-up for like 8 years, actually, which is a really long time.
Really? Here in Seattle?
Yes. I've done it since I was like 25, I think, and I'm almost 39. Yeah. So I did a really long time.
Where were you popping up back in those days?
I popped up at Mistral Labette, which is actually where... another restaurant in the Central District. Do you know where it was called the Atlantic? I did that for a little bit. Labette was probably one of my favorite ones because it was really fun doing that there. Yeah. But
so you popped up for 9 years. Did you just say 9?
8, about 8 years.
So you popped up for 8 years,
very consistently. For a long.
Before you found a spot for your. I don't even want to call it a restaurant, but it is because it's not a pop-up, right?
Yeah, totally.
Your permanent food hole.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Was it sort of a thing where you were just kind of intending to pop up indefinitely until the perfect place showed up? Or was it just like, you're done popping up, I'm going to take something when I get a chance? Or
I felt I didn't have the means to open a restaurant. Like I didn't have any, rich friends or anything or rich family to help with that. So I kind of was like, I'm just going to keep doing this till somebody notices. And like maybe somebody one day will.
Yeah. And there wasn't really a culture of crowdfunding at that point either.
No,
back
there
then.
wasn't.
Yeah.
And pop-ups, even when I did a pop-up a long time ago, there was only like 2 other in Seattle at the time, maybe 1 or 2 other ones. Now it's
early adopter.
Yeah. But it was cool. It was one of my old, the chef of Bateau, Taylor Thornhill, actually. He was the one who first encouraged me to do it. He had heard of the pop-up thing and he was my chef at Mistral at the time. And he was really encouraging, you should do this. How do we make this happen? Because I was making family meal all the time and I would make all this stuff that, I'll do Arab breakfast one day for dinner for everyone. And Yeah. And so it turned into that because of like, I have to credit for him for a lot of like encouragement, to do that for sure.
So you were working in Seattle restaurants for a long time.
Oh yeah. Everywhere.
And you're from Tacoma. You're from around here.
Yeah.
So when did you leave Tacoma and come to Seattle and start working in restaurants?
Well, I went to culinary school at the Art Institute, rest in peace.
Nice. Good.
It's gone now.
Yeah.
But I went there and one of my first like big jobs was I worked at Lamprey.
Oh yeah. I remember them.
And I worked for him for almost 3 years. Okay. But yeah, I learned a lot from him and I call it, the military of the restaurant world.
Yeah. Sure. That's the old school style.
The old school style. Like show up every day, like 20 minutes early with everything pressed. And put your head down and don't talk and no music in the kitchen and
really no music in the kitchen.
Oh,
that's
never.
Hardcore.
Never. No. And everything perfect. And we organized, raspberries like by line by line and on paper towel. Like it really
on the bear tweezers, where they're like dealing
like
with the forks. You have to shine all the forks perfectly.
Like that scene where he, he's like in his ear like that. Oh yeah, that was like that.
I like the idea that a song would distract you from organizing the raspberries perfectly. Like you would be enjoying the music too much to do
that old style though.
100% perfect job on the raspberries.
Yeah, no, that's that old style though. And I also have to give him credit too.
We're talking about Scott, right?
Scott Carsberg. Yeah, he was really tough, but like I learned a lot from him. Really young, you know. So I have to give credit.
Yeah, here you are now.
Sure.
Yeah, for sure.
And so your travels in Syria, Lebanon, Egypt, Jordan, years and years ago is what informed Yalla's menu now.
Yes, I've never been to Syria. I wish. I would love to. I think maybe that could happen sooner now.
Yeah.
But well, I worked in fine dining for quite, Harvest Fires at Lamprey, Mistral, those kinds of places. And then saved some money, put all my things on the street and moved to Cairo for a long season. And then came back and, worked a little bit and then started my pop-up again with Alex at Labette. Yeah, because I did the pop-up before I left as well. And then I also met, at Mistral, I met one of my mentors. I have to give also a lot of credit to. Her name's Nadia. She teaches at the Pantry now. Yeah. She is incredible. I hope she comes on here one day. She is one of the most interesting people.
It's in the works, I think.
Yeah.
We're waiting for an email response. Yeah. And so then just 2 weeks ago, you went back to the area and just to bring your partner, right?
Yes, because my, life partner is now a business partner.
Yeah. So, great.
Yeah. So
congratulations to Matt.
Yeah, no, he deserves it. He works so hard. Okay. And it's amazing. He's so great to work with. I wish he could be here today, but he is working at the shop.
So it's not just you now, it's you and Matt.
Yes. Okay. No, it's really nice to have that support. I have to say it's been hard to do it on your own. I know it's a little shop, but it's a busy little shop.
Yeah,
so course. It's really, really nice to have him. And it's really important to me. I've taken a few employees to the Middle East at this point. And to me, I'm like, if you're going to do this and you're going to be here doing this food, to me, the ultimate respect to show and also really understand not just the food, but the culture, the music, everything, why people eat things the way they do. The people are my favorate part of going over there. It's the best part. The food's amazing, but the people rank number one. And I wanted him to be able to experience that because if we're going to do this and we're not from there, you should pay, homage, to that.
How do you like it?
He loved it.
Yeah.
He loved it.
Have you traveled much?
No, he actually, so he's from Nova Scotia, Canada originally.
Great.
But he's lived in these States. He's been a citizen here for years. Okay. Yeah. He's been here for almost 20 years.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. But, he had only been to here, you say Hawaii because it's I know it's the States, but it's
Polynesia,
different.
Right?
It's different.
Yeah.
But I think he'd only been there. But since, I'm like, if you're going to date me, that's not how it's going to go.
Right.
So we've been to Mexico a few times now, Ireland, Scotland. Cool. And he
went to Old Scotia instead of Nova Scotia.
Yeah, exactly. Honestly, Ireland, and I went to Nova Scotia with him last year. Ireland and Nova Scotia, both beautiful, very really warm people. There are a lot of similarities in a way, honestly.
The Scottish were like, hey, this is New Scotland.
This
is their new spot. It's Nova Scotia, motherfuckers.
Yeah.
So now that you have a business partner too, does that enable you to do some future things with Yalla that you wouldn't be able to do before?
Yes, it's going to help a lot. We knew we wanted to go there first and then come back and start doing some stuff, but it's really nice to have that support because, I do it. Everything before, payroll to the website, to the social media. I don't have anyone else doing that. for me, you know? So it's really, really nice to have someone to help out, because then it allows me to be able to do special stuff. Because people ask us all the time, like, you know, do you have atayef? Do you have ora ainab, which are grape leaves? Like, do you have, and I'm like, I don't have time, because I'm just trying to keep up with the daily. So it's really exciting to have him. So hopefully this summer we can finally, you know, make a lot of those things all of you guys ask for.
Cool.
Yeah.
Well, should we get to the news?
We should get to the news.
Sure.
I have 2 items here. I didn't bring any booze today. Sorry, Tom, wherever you are.
Well, no, I think that aligns with
I don't always bring booze. I'm trying to establish that sometimes I have it and sometimes I don't.
Yeah.
The reason is I got really drunk on Friday night. Steve and I were just like drinking at the house. And I had a hangover all day on Saturday, and I'm never drinking again. Yeah.
That's when you do it the most, is like when you're just at home, because you don't pay attention.
I'm taking the week off. However, I have this Bora ginger Meyer lemon flavor that I got at the grocery outlet. And I wondered if you guys wanted to taste it with me.
I'm so down.
Meyer lemon is not just
Very
a standard.
specific.
Yeah.
I don't know what about a Meyer lemon will taste different in seltzer water.
I don't know. Yeah, I do really like that brand. I know you guys had it on here a little couple
Which
weeks
one did
ago.
we have before? I
love it.
Yeah, I was trying to remember that myself. I don't quite remember which one we had before. But
it was strawberry basil.
I like that one. I think you guys didn't like it. I'm like, I like that one.
We liked the basil, but we didn't taste much of the strawberry.
Yeah, I think it was less disliking it, more just kind of hoping for more from it.
Yeah.
This isn't the treat, by the way. It's just the beverage. Well, it's nice.
It's nice
I
and
like
dry.
it. Yeah.
Again, like there's an element I'm not getting from it, and that's ginger.
I'm not getting a lot of ginger.
I would say like the one, like there's like a lemongrass one I really like.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, that one's
what
good.
are your favorite Bora seltzers?
I think the lemongrass one. I do like the strawberry one. There's I think
we liked it.
There's
We
like
did.
a pear one. I think
There's a bunch.
there's a bunch, but they're just unique. I like how like florally, herbally flavor they
botanical.
have. Yeah, there it is. That's
They have them at PCC, but I buy them at the grocery outlet, so I just buy whatever flavor they have at the grocery outlet because I don't live by a PCC.
right.
At the risk of sounding like a sparkling water sommelier, I'm getting some ginger in the finish now.
Yeah, me too. I taste it when you're done. You taste a little bit of that
Exactly.
sort of bitter.
That one's actually the least
scrumpiness.
powerful flavor one I've had. I will say. I think that most of
it
them
is
are a
really
little
subtle.
bit more like,
It has low carbonation too, which is not a complaint because I guess the stuff isn't great for your enamel and your teeth, and so a lower carbonation makes it less acidic because it's carbonic acid, right?
Yeah, right. That was something Aaron was mentioning last week, was that he stopped drinking sparkling water because
I actually Googled it after he said that.
Yeah. Well,
I was like, really? Is that really true?
Yeah, my
true.
dentist said a similar thing,
Yeah.
and not as advice to me, but he just mentioned it.
Yeah,
And
he's
I thought,
like,
that's
FYI,
interesting.
kiss your enamel goodbye. Keep on drinking. I'm going to tell you to not drink it.
I mean, in excess, right? Like,
Right. Well, I do drink them in excess.
Yeah.
I do too. I like have a sparkling water addiction. It's
Well,
bad.
what's your favorite?
Well, at the shop we always have LaCroix,
Yeah.
or LaCroix, whatever. But I really like the Waterloo ones.
Oh yeah.
What
And
flavors
I like
do you like?
these. All their flavors are so good. The polar ones are really good.
Polar ones are fucking elite.
They're so good.
That
Like the
ginger lime one.
Cherry lime is the one I like.
I like
I
that
would
one too.
normally never be like a cherry lime person.
Yeah.
It is so good.
Yeah.
The grape Waterloo one, it tastes like grape soda and there's no
haven't had
sugar
that
in
one.
it. And it's like so good.
I really like the peach pear, which we had last
I love
week.
that.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that was great.
I get really addicted to the ginger lime, like mojito flavored polar. There are other mojito ones that are garbage. Like the LaCroix mojito is trash.
Yeah, it's not
It's
good.
not nice.
It's
It tastes
not
like chemicals, but the polar one is fucking elite.
I think it's one of the best. I agree.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, and so I also have a treat. This comes from the Shell Station by Steven's house. We have Baums, depending on how German you are.
Sure.
Fried pecans, original, sweet, salty, crunchy. I don't know how you fry a pecan. Are they breaded like a shrimp? I don't know.
I noticed it says
can dip
gluten.
them in a deep fryer
It says
and toss them in.
gluten free.
It's gluten-free, but
it's
you
not
can-
breaded.
Well, it could be breaded with gluten-free breading.
Yeah, maybe.
I bet it's not though, because it feels just like pralines.
There's a lot of mixed nuts I've made in restaurants before where you
Yeah.
like deep fry them and toss them in like sugar, cinnamon,
So
or
they're
like
deep.
spices.
I think that's what we
probably
can
is what
expect
it is.
here.
Yeah.
Oh, should we read the ingredients?
Fried, not roasted. Yeah. What have we got ingredient wise?
No GMOs. Where is it? There are no ingredients.
Ingredients: pecans,
Pecans, sugar, soy oil, and salt.
soil.
They look, for all the world, like pralines.
Oh yeah,
So,
sure.
Not breaded.
Uh huh.
I'm going in.
All right.
I guess I
Those
should
look
have brought like a bowl for mixed nuts, but I'm just going to stick my mitt in there.
Like
I don't care.
grandma style ornate crystal looking bowl.
Oh, they look good, honestly.
Yeah.
That is delicious, but how is it not a praline? They just add more oil to it.
Those are really good.
Yeah.
They're
honestly,
great.
I like
These
them.
are delicious, but how are they not just regular praline?
I think it's because the sugar isn't caramelized.
Yeah, I think you're correct. Yeah.
It's
Okay.
just on there. It's stuck on there in
So they
granulated
fry it
form.
in soy oil and then roll it in sugar and
They are
salt.
so good, but you know, like take it over the top is like a little cayenne and a little more salt.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like,
for sure.
I like sweet and salty. So
How much sugar are we talking here?
They are
pretty
pretty
sugary.
sugary. They're encrusted.
Yeah. Okay. 7 grams for a quarter cup serving. This is saying 4 servings per container.
Those are great. I kind of want to pour them in this abalone shell.
leave them there.
The Ocean's pecan mixed nut bowl. Those are a hit. I like them.
Yeah, I like those
them
too.
too.
Should we do letter grades?
A+.
A+. Yeah.
I fuck with them. I mean, they're not like the best thing in the world. Maybe like an A and half a plus.
Sure. Yeah.
I'd say
8.5.
okay. I like everything to be spicy. I like want hot sauce on everything. So I'd say they're so good, but just this is a personal thing. It's not on them. I'd say an A- because it needs like a little cayenne and a little bit more salt to me.
I think an A.
But it's really good.
I'm going to dock it because I want it to be fried in peanut oil.
Sure.
You know,
sure.
like if we're already in nut land here,
Yes.
right? So like
Yeah.
nut allergies out of the question. Let's do peanut oil, not soy oil.
Oh, good point. Yeah.
They're made in Alexandria, Louisiana.
Yeah, I do like them though. They're good.
Yeah.
Refrigerate after opening for maximum freshness. I'm not going to refrigerate
refrigerate?
pecans. They're
No.
fucking crazy.
Those aren't going to last long enough to need refrigeration.
there's like
anyway.
10 of them.
I was going to say.
Well,
keep these for 2 weeks. Like what?
I'm starving, so I'm eating a bunch of them.
Go for it.
One
Free.
pecan per day.
All right, shall we do some news?
Yes,
Did anything
yes.
happen?
Oh yeah, so Cantina del Sol opened in the former Mezcaleria de Oaxaca space on Capitol Hill.
Really?
Yeah.
That's right next to where I live.
Yeah, it's.
I'm excited.
And this is a rooftop bar.
Cool.
So opening up by Travis Rosenthal's Pike Place Hospitality Group.
Okay. What else do they own?
He's got Rumba.
Yeah, he's got-
Agua Verde.
Cool.
Which I love.
Yeah, they're making their own tortillas up there.
Oh, that's exciting.
It's going to be that space as a rooftop space is going to be open May through December.
Okay.
And then he's got 4 other concepts planned for the downstairs.
Oh, that's cool.
So that's a really great revival. I think
Yes.
that, I don't know, I was afraid that space was going to lay fallow for
Me too.
indefinitely because it was going to take someone with that kind of
Yes.
resources to take it over. And it's the perfect person to take it over, really, when you think about it, or a perfect group to take it over.
Totally.
But yeah, that's open now. The downstairs spaces don't have an opening date set yet, but sort of looking at summer, but nothing concrete.
I am really happy to hear that, honestly, because
Yeah.
I literally live right next to it, and I'm like, I liked the old place, so I was
Yeah.
like,
Yeah,
I
sad
did
when
too.
it closed.
Yeah, I was surprised at that closing, but then you're never really surprised when a place closes
I
these
was gonna
days.
say.
Everything's so difficult, but
Yes.
At the intersection of the saddest closing ever on Capitol Hill, which is Bauhaus.
oh my
Oh,
god,
so sad.
Yeah.
So sad.
seriously,
Still sad about that one.
Yeah,
Yeah.
It looks like Temple Pastries is opening a pizza spot called Sacro Bosco, which makes me laugh, even though it means sacred forest.
Yeah.
The name Bosco makes me think of like Honey and Bosco, right? It's a real name and means forest.
yeah.
It's the Sacred Forest Pizza, which is adorable. On Friday, the 30th, it's Roman style pizza. So that's like the slab style, right?
Oh my
Yeah.
gosh, I
Square
just
style.
had that, obviously.
Yeah,
And it
obviously.
was so, I miss it.
Yeah, they did a soft open this past week too. I was going to try to make it to it, but I couldn't. But,
That's exciting.
Yeah,
Good-
they're just
good for
about ready.
them.
Yeah, they've also opened their ice cream window. That is open.
cool.
It was on the 23rd that they opened up.
They have ice cream sandwiches.
Yeah.
I do live for an ice cream sandwich.
Yeah, ice cream sandwiches, ice cream bars, and soft serve.
I'm embarrassed to say I have heard nothing but good things about that place. I have not been yet,
I haven't been,
but I want to. I've heard nothing but
someone
good things.
brought a box of them to the stranger when I was copy editing one time, and
Yeah.
like I feasted on them. They were beautiful, but I haven't been to the spot. So.
Yeah. We have so many great pastry places in
Yes,
town,
we do.
and I am not a super pastry guy, so it takes me a long time to go through all of them because I'm
Same
like,
here.
how often can I get a pastry? I mean, I'm going to do it, but for my work. But
Sure.
yeah,
For your craft.
There's a long list of really great sounding pastry places.
Speaking of pastries, St. Bread has news.
I was
right?
gonna say I love that place and Ben's Bread. Those are two that I'm like, I'll go far.
Yeah.
I love those places.
Yeah. So St. Bread's is opening up Hinoki and Heave Ho. Those are their little food trucks that they have out in that gravel lot next door.
Heave Ho. What do they serve at Heave Ho?
Heave Ho is their bar. So
got it.
So they're doing cocktails, beer, wine, and sake.
That's so exciting.
Importantly. And then Hinoki does wood-fired Japanese barbecue, they call it.
Hell yeah, cool. I want that.
Yeah, there's meat, fish, vegetables. It sounds great. I think the menu tends to shift throughout the summer. They're another, I think it's May through September, I think is when they close up shop for Hinoki. But that's going to be open Thursday through Sunday, 4 to 8 p.m.
Oh, that's so exciting. Cool. They're really nice people,
I'm going to put that on my to-do list and remember to go to Hinoki this year.
Yeah.
Killer.
We almost went last year and we couldn't quite catch them before they closed up.
We did it wrong.
Yeah.
Going to do it right this time. H Mart is opening in Ballard and people are freaking out.
People are excited. Yeah.
I mean, I don't blame them. H Mart's awesome.
It is.
If I were in Ballard and if I still lived over there, I would be pretty pumped about that.
Yeah.
If you want to go get wacky treats that you've never tried before, H Mart is a great spot for that. Thousands and thousands of interesting treats. Yeah.
Yeah, a really essential spot for Korean ingredients too.
Yes.
There's a great selection.
They also have regular stuff. You can just go shopping there. It's like a Wajimaya. There's a lot of just American products there.
Yeah.
It's all products to all people.
Right. It's one of those complicated things because obviously we're pretty focused on celebrating local purveyors and whatnot, and they're definitely not local, but they do fill a need that not a lot of places fill. I mean, there is Mixed Pantry in Belltown that is a great source for some Asian ingredients, but H Mart's always just a huge
I'm sure
selection.
H Mart supplies many restaurants that we like at times in a pinch, right?
Oh, absolutely, yeah.
Yeah. So they are opening up at 10 a.m. on June 5th if you love standing in line to get into a grocery store. Show up at 10.
I'll stay to go to the Capitol Hill one.
Exactly.
They're all over now. There's little ones on the app too. And Capitol Hill, right?
Yeah.
I popped into the one they have a couple days ago, and they were selling Kewpie mayo for $4.99.
Oh my goodness.
And it was like the legit Kewpie mayo. Like sometimes you'll go into the store and it's the American Kewpie mayo that doesn't have MSG.
Or it's just like a fake one that has like a bird on it instead of the baby.
Yeah. Yeah, you want the Kewpie mayo that's in like the weird plastic bag. You know, that's the one that's the true stuff and not formulated for the American
How
market.
much is Kewpie mayo up to these days? It's like gas prices.
Yeah, it's
the litmus test for the economy.
Yeah, it's usually like $7.99, $8.99. So $4.99 is a pretty great price for that.
Yeah. Grocery Outlet has it too.
Oh, yeah,
usually for $4.99.
It's a little Price is Right moment on the show. Now you'll win if you're on the show.
How much could a Kewpie mayonnaise bottle cost, Michael?
No kidding. We also have Rumba making it on to the second round of Tales of the Cocktails 2025 Spirited Awards nomination.
Great.
For World's Best Spirit Selection.
Oh, wow.
So that's a pretty prestigious nomination for them. So congratulations to Rumba for making it into the second round. Laura-san and Rob Roy had been nominated during the first round and probably should have made it a second, in my opinion.
Also great places,
Yeah.
So they're winning awards for their booze library specifically, not for the cocktails that they make, which are also great.
Uh-huh.
But this focuses on the collection that they have amassed. Yeah. I would say that the doctor's office deserves a spot, but they're so small compared to these spots.
Right. I would argue that the doctor's office has the best curated selection.
I just wanted to call it the doctor's office. That's really the only reason I said that.
Yeah.
They're the Yalla of giant curated booze libraries.
Yeah, that place is so cute. I like it. Yeah.
Do we have anything else?
So Pam's Caribbean Kitchen closed suddenly last week or the week before, and they were slated to reopen on Thursday, the 22nd, I believe. But I don't know that they did. I can't figure that out from my phone. I would have to go over there to find out.
Yeah.
But they are having like a carnival type celebration, right? On the 31st. What day of the week is that?
That's fun.
It's got to be a weekend.
I love Pam's. It's so good.
That's an institution.
It is.
I think the 31st is a Saturday.
Cool. Stop by and get some good food before the party per their socials. So they will at least hypothetically be open again by the 31st to have their carnival festival.
And that
which
carnival
sounds great.
is 10 p.m. to 2 a.m. So
Really?
they're going late over there.
So you go and have dinner and then you go party in the street?
I don't know if it's in the street.
I wonder how it works. I'm imagining Rio de Janeiro carnival.
Yeah.
I'm sure it's not quite that scale.
Pam's is so funny about social media because they don't really like go into full detail. You know, they're just kind of like shooting from the hip with it.
Yeah. there's something happening over here.
Yeah.
Maybe you should come over and check it out.
Yeah.
I'm sure it's great though.
Yeah, absolutely.
I'm just glad they're still in biz because I know that they had sort of a scare a few months back.
Yeah.
It's such a big space.
Yeah.
I always wonder about that because I'm like, so huge. In my memory and from going there.
Yeah, it's big.
I mean, it's probably, I would imagine just the rent is probably really hard to
sure.
deal with. Doesn't even matter if you do really well there. I would think it's just really a big space to fill. So
on 45th.
Because the food is amazing. Like there, and the drinks, everything's good. There's nothing,
Yeah.
Yeah.
For sure.
All right. That'll do it for news.
Well, I think our roundtable was the idea of travel, right?
Yeah.
So Taylor, you just got back from traveling to Jordan and Egypt and Italy and whatnot and Turkey. Let's talk about that a little bit more, like the experience of doing so and how that informs what you're doing at Yalla and beyond.
Yeah. I mean, it was really, really cool because, also, like somebody will come in and they're like, oh yeah, I'm Egyptian or something. And then Matt's like, oh yeah, I was in Cairo last week. And then it's like really, it's fun to connect with people. Absolutely, too. I love that part about it. It's just, I think, if I know traveling is a privilege and not everyone can do it, of course. But if you can do it, please.
Do you have any travel tips for going to Egypt?
Yes. Things change all the time.
Yeah.
So I learned some stuff. Yeah. Like Turkey was a lot different from the last time I went. I think that they've really upped their tourism game. It was so busy. I mean, packed everywhere. Okay. So Turkey, I would say, that, things change all the time stuff too. Like obviously bringing cash is easier in a lot of places or getting cash out, that kind of thing. When it comes to Egypt, I didn't realize that like they had changed some of the way they do the visa there. So we were in Egypt. It was cheaper for us to actually go to Jordan and come back to Egypt. So we bookended our Egypt portion of the trip. Yeah. And I didn't realize you have to do the visa again. They changed that 2 years ago.
Interesting.
Yeah. And it was fine, but it was just certain things like that.
That's something you sometimes forgets to check out is visas.
Yeah.
Before you buy the ticket, because you can buy a ticket without a visa. It's on you to research what kind of visa you need. Yeah. And it's different for whatever country you're from. So there may be no visa if you're from another country, but there is a visa for Americans. So
yeah. Tips. Like sometimes people will get a certain idea about like, oh, you have to like watch out for stuff there. Okay. People will go to like the pyramids and be like, oh, it's like, you have to watch out. And it's not really like that. It's like, okay, you're talking about like a super touristy area. Yeah. What if you went to Times Square, Yeah, right. You'd like hold on to your stuff. There's
cameras everywhere. Yeah.
So I think just knowing like, just
be smart. Don't be dumb.
Yeah. But you wouldn't want to do that in Seattle.
Right. Exactly.
It's just using your, intuition and that kind of thing. And talking to people, meeting people, having conversations with people. Yeah. Like,
Do you speak Arabic?
No, I always joke I speak like a 3-year-old level of Arabic, enough to make like a taxi driver laugh,
I ask because Americans are often like, well, I don't speak the language fluently. I shouldn't go there. And you didn't have a difficult time only speaking English fluently.
No. And I would say, okay, so most of the countries, we're definitely really, again, privileged to have English be our native language because most other countries do speak at least some. Most people do.
That's something I had a hard time convincing my parents of. They wouldn't. They don't want to travel because they're like, no one will understand us. And I'm like, they all learn English starting at age 5. Like I promise, and they learn it from TV and music and that kind of thing.
Yeah, not everyone will, and and that's fair. It's their country,
right, exactly.
Right? Like that's fair.
I just mentioned it because I don't want to have anyone think that
Google Translate
shouldn't travel.
By the way, I use that a lot when I'm there.
Me too.
Sure.
Yeah.
But do you have areas in the countries that you visited that are the best for food if people want to travel there and understand the culinary culture best?
In Turkey, we only had time to go to Istanbul, and I've only ever been to Istanbul, but it's an amazing food city. We had a really cool experience where, we were just hanging out at a bar, and this guy, he was a teacher at the university there, and he taught English actually. Okay. Yeah. And we had a great time with him, and then we were like looking out for a space to go, and he was like, come with me. And he took us to this like place that we would have never found on a map.
Oh, amazing.
And then I was like, do you want to join us? And he was like, sure. And we had dinner with him. Awesome. We of course treated him because I was like, thank you for this. And he had all these amazing, that's what if I had recommendations, it would be that. It would be like, make friends, talk to people.
Yeah.
People are so freaking nice over there. We could learn a thing or two.
Yeah.
Like same thing, like everywhere you go, if you just talk to people, like people will be like, oh, you know, do you want to like, I've made so many friends that way and stuff. Like,
what district of Istanbul was that you?
I was in Taksim, which is kind of, I would say if I could recommend a place to stay, you know, I'm no expert on Istanbul. I've only been twice.
It's so huge.
It's so huge too.
Yeah.
But if you want a really central place to stay, that is a great spot. It's close. It's really walkable. It's close to everything. It's amazing restaurants, you know, bars too. Bars are funny. In Turkey, I noticed, I don't know if this is true everywhere, but from what I know, both times I've been, they're kind of hidden on the off streets. There's tons of them, but they're not going to be on your main street.
Okay.
Yeah. But there's tons of them. There's great cocktail bars and stuff too. And then I would say in Egypt, everywhere is so good. I would say if it was your first time staying, I recommend staying in Zamalek. It's a really easy, it's like kind of hipster part of Egypt. Like there's hipsters everywhere, you know?
The Silver Lake.
Exactly of Egypt. And there's great like restaurants, a lot of great Syrian food there because of a lot of refugees have, built lives there and have businesses. We had amazing Syrian shawarma there. It was, I think, one of the first things we had when we got there. But yeah, there's great stuff everywhere. Then also, I would say in Jordan, Jordan is you can stay downtown, but it's really okay. You know the way LA is, where it's like Jordan isn't as walkable. Everything's kind of, you know how LA is like, okay, you can walk, but you'd be walking a long time with nothing around you. So there's like cool central locations of places to hang out there for sure. There's great spots. There's like an old bar that I love there that's like over 100 years old or something, that it's like a dive bar and it's been there for, I mean, there's great spots. You obviously in Jordan, you cannot miss going to, there's these two famous places called Hashem, and it's full falafel, hummus, fries, and like pickles. It's like that whole breakfast setup that they do. Yeah. And it's open like all day. It's so good. And then next door is like one of the most famous kanafa places, which is that melted cheese dessert with syrup, and people stand in line for that. It's crazy. It's so incredible. It's like some of the best kanafa I've ever had in my entire life. The other one I always tell people to go to is Abu Jabara, which is so amazing. My friend Nadia recommended that one to me, and it is mind blowing. Like, it's packed too. It's just like the same kind of thing, like falafel full. Like their breakfast is very healthy there. It's really, really healthy.
Do you find there are obvious cultural or culinary differences between the different countries when you go from country to country?
Oh, yes. Oh, for sure.
Yeah.
Like, Egyptian food is like very different from Lebanese food. Okay. So we didn't go to Lebanon or Palestine this time, but I've been to Lebanon, I think 5 times. Okay. I spent a month there one time, and it's one of my favorite countries, but wasn't able to right now. And then also Palestine's amazing too, but all their food, they share similarities, right? You might find, fool in every country, for example, the fava bean
or something,
but the way they make it is very different. Like Egyptians put lots of samna, like, ghee with like fried garlic and cumin. And then when you have it, in Jordan or Palestine, I might have like a green chili salsa and lots of beautiful green olive oil on top, different like to Lebanon. So they might make similar things, but they prepare them very differently.
Right. Like the fava bean hummus that they have at Hummus Cafe, because they're Egyptian or something like that.
It's going to be really different than, a Lebanese one or,
Well, shall we move on to Thanks I Ate It?
Sounds great.
You guys ever eat anything?
Yeah, Taylor, what have you been eating lately?
So we just got back, so we were kind of working a lot. I haven't ate out as much this week, which I'm sorry, because I love this segment whenever you guys do it. Yeah. So I can mention like my neighborhood, places that are kind of my go-tos.
Sure. Yeah.
We probably eat at Tacos Chukis once a week. Okay. We get it for the staff sometimes too. It is so good. I love it. Yeah. So that's one. I really love, I want to give a shout out to Sugar Hill. Okay. They have an awesome happy hour and awesome food, in my opinion. It's so good. And they're so friendly. The people are such nice people. They were also part of our fundraiser. Like when we did a citywide fundraiser for Palestine, they were part of it. And they're really a great business and really nice people. And
is it a bar?
Yes, it's a bar. People think of it. So why people, I want to give them a shout out is I think people think, oh, it's a club.
Yeah, I thought it was a club.
It is a club upstairs, but downstairs there's like really good like Thai food, like really good.
It's a place I've only ever walked by and never really heard anyone talk about. So I'm glad to know.
I love it. I keep bringing people there and spreading the love because it's so good.
Yeah. Will you bring me there?
I will bring you there.
What do you order when you go?
I usually get one of the bartenders like had me order the first time, and it's like I get it the same thing almost every time now. There's this really good salad I like that has like a lime leaf vinaigrette.
Nice.
And I really like their roti with curry on the side.
Okay.
That kind of stuff. I just everything I ever have there is so good.
I really want to go. You're selling it.
Yeah, I love it, and I just want to give them a shout out because they're really nice people, and the neighborhood loves them. But I want more people to know.
Right, because I don't live on the hill. Well, you don't live on the hill, but your work is on the hill. Yeah.
Yeah.
Where else do you go when you choose to go out? It doesn't have to be last week, but just anytime you feel like going out somewhere. Where do you like to go?
A place I really like, and I try to get there as much as I can. But like right before we left on our trip, we did a night where we did Maneki, and I had a couple things there.
Nice. The classic.
So good. And then I'm a huge fan of Itsumono.
Yeah.
I love that place. Shout out to Tien.
So creative.
Tien is an awesome bartender. And like, I feel like he puts a show on when you go in. Like he's
very
entertaining
funny.
Everyone. He's so funny. I love his little dog that he has in there. Like he is honestly like one of the coolest bartenders.
He's a star.
City. Yeah, I really love that bar. Their food is so good there.
It's a fun
Shout out to the chef too. Like, it's so good. Yeah, and they're just such nice people. I feel like it's a party every time I'm there. It's so good, like fun music they have playing. Like I really like that place a lot.
And you recently moved to Madison Park?
Yes, we're moving to Madison soon. And I'm really excited because we used to have next to Yalla, one of my favorite places was Dacha Diner.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, my God, yes.
Oh, my
Dearly
gosh.
missed.
So missed. So missed. We would get, during the pandemic, we would get the staff like a boatload of food. We could like order the whole menu and eat it like once a month. And I just can't, I miss it so much. Their latkes, their cabbage rolls, like unbelievable.
If anybody doesn't know Dacha Diner, because it's Jewish and Georgian.
Yes, they're Jewish and Georgian. Their food is so good.
Yeah, it's very specific.
But I'm really excited because the place we're moving to is next to a lot of people don't know, they own independent pizzeria.
No, I didn't know that.
So we're moving really close to there, and I plan to go there a lot. Cool. Like I'm really excited about that. I like that, and that neighborhood's pretty cool too. We like that. We've been going to the Attic a lot, that bar.
Okay.
Oh, yeah.
That one's fun.
I like that Red Onion Tavern.
Yes, Red Onions.
Love the
Which
Red
looks
Onion.
I was going to say Red Onion I had been to many times.
Yeah.
But this
It looks
is
like where your D&D campaign stops over to shed your furs and warm up by the fire.
The fireplace is pretty amazing.
Yes, that might be the best place to get a drink on a rainy day.
Totally.
Absolutely.
Just like day drink at like 4 p.m. in one of those dark ass like November days.
Absolutely. Yeah, it's fun being over there too. You know, like I was, because I worked the Harvest Fine, so I'll be closer there. I can go back and visit those guys.
Mark, we got invited to the Washington Wines We Love You event at Sorel, since we had Aaron from Sorel on last week, and that's sort of in that neighborhood. Maybe we should roll up early to the pizza place and like share a slice of pizza. Before we eat small bites and drink wine. I don't know. Yeah. Mark, did you eat anything this week?
Oh, yeah.
Did you just starve all week?
It turns out I did.
Yeah.
I went to the George Coffee and Pastries. I think I mentioned this place last time. They have this. It's in the U District in the old University Fish Market.
It's in the Fishmonger at 47th.
Yeah.
Okay.
And so it was taken over and really redesigned in this gorgeous, streamlined, modern aesthetic. And they even have like a really beautiful neon sign that kind of references the old fishmonger. And they're making their own pastries there and roasting their own coffee. And so I went for breakfast and had a breakfast croissant sandwich. So not rocket science, an egg patty that was perfectly custardy, a really good quality medium cheddar. So, medium cheddar, if it's not good quality, is bland. You know, this was like that really great balance between creaminess and some acidity too. And then thick cut, crisp bacon. Nice. So just every part of it, it was one of those like the sum is better than the whole of its parts kind of thing. I was like, this is decadent. It's great. This is a fantastic breakfast sandwich. And
I love it.
I love it. It was a really good way to start the day. Ended up going to the U District Farmers Market after that.
You had good strawberry photos.
Yeah, I got some strawberries.
Strawberry scape.
Beginning of strawberry season. I was stalking strawberries for weeks.
I can't wait.
Yeah. And Hellenica was there.
At the farmer's market.
Yeah, they posted up. They were selling.
I still haven't tried it. I've heard
so
you guys
good.
talk about
next
it.
level.
And
yeah.
I didn't know they did frozen yogurt.
Yeah,
they don't call it that. They call it like cultured
gelato. Cultured gelatos.
I love it. I'll eat whatever it is. Yeah.
So they set up there. I don't know if they're there every week, but they were set up with 2 flavors and then a freezer full of pints. And they give you freezer bags if you take home a pint.
Oh wow.
Nice.
Yeah.
Right. So they know better.
Yeah.
That is smart. Yeah.
Yeah. I had the vanilla malt flavor.
Oh, cool.
And
I love malt flavored.
I always want a vanilla flavor that number one doesn't just taste like original flavor. You know what I mean? Like
Plain.
original potato chips or something like that.
Plain.
Yeah, exactly. And I also want a vanilla that isn't sweet. And this hit both of those targets.
Yeah.
Cool.
It was so good. The malt flavor was in there too. It's just really, really creamy, and it has a bit of tang to it because, of course, it's cultured, but it's not so overwhelmingly tangy like frozen yogurt can be.
Right.
Yeah.
It has that richness intact. So
Speaking of vanilla malt, I meant to bring that bushel and barrel cider from, I guess it's just the edge of Poulsbo, outside Poulsbo. They had a vanilla malt cider. I had 2 cans. We drank one when we got fucking lit up on Friday night. Part of my hangover was who's waving at us.
That was Isaac from Screwdriver.
Oh, hey.
Cool.
They know we're here.
Shout out to Isaac. Yeah.
Shout out to Screwdriver. Anyway, I'll bring you that vanilla malt cider that remains.
Yeah,
if
sounds
you like
great. I also went to Bang Bang Cafe in Belltown, and I got their green chili pozole, which is a star. It's so good.
Yeah.
Like normally when you see pozole, it's the rojo, right?
Yes.
And so this one is tomatillo based. It's brighter. Nice. They pack it with like a lot of crisp vegetables. There's radishes, there's shredded cabbage, there's avocado, queso fresco, pumpkin seeds.
Wow.
It's super satisfying. And I always forget to ask them to add meat to it. And it never needs it.
Right.
Yeah.
You know, of course there's hominy in there too. So you get like a lot of substance, and it's like really nice and stew-like.
That sounds
They
awesome.
do a lot of good vegan options there, don't they? Because we have a lot of like vegan, vegetarian friends, as I was saying, and they love that place. So.
Their vegan mac and cheese is killer.
It's legendary, and I still haven't tried it.
I think I have tried it. I went once, and I think I tried something, and it was good. Yeah.
It's tofu based, I
It's
think.
cashew based, I think.
Cashew based. I want it.
Super good. And then to round out this section for me, I went to Tamari Bar. And,
Great. Right below my house.
Yeah. Tamari Bar is one of my favorite restaurants in town. I think that what they're doing there is so good. It's so interesting. It's a party. And what they do is at very high level. Dude, like that staff is so dialed in.
For sure.
And I had ramen there for the first time. I've
never had ramen there.
Yeah. Yeah. I'm always gravitating towards something else.
Something showier. Yeah.
Yeah. And their ramen is kind of showy. It's in a giant bowl.
Yeah.
They own Rondo too, right?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. I've been to Rondo for sure. Yeah.
And then there's Gyo-Gyo Inn in South Lake Union.
And also the one in Bainbridge, right?
High Life.
That place is so cute.
I love it.
So cute. Yeah.
High Life, if you go to Bainbridge on a sunny weekend, they'll be posted up. I think it's Josh will be posted up with a grill doing like kalbi ribs.
Oh, cool.
And like shrimp. Oh, it's so great.
Nice.
Yeah.
I took Steven to Tamari Bar for like 1 minute, and we were just walking from Broadway Performance Hall down to the bus, and we were stopping here and there. And his mind was blown. We had to catch the last bus to Tacoma at like 11:30, and we didn't have time to eat. And he was like, this is incredible. Like I want everything on this menu. I love being in here. And I was like, I never like sit here and eat the food. We got to come back for the food.
Yeah.
So thank you for reminding me.
It's hard to get in there sometimes. It's pretty popping in there.
Yeah. You get in there early, you can waltz right in.
Yeah. We were watching like Ponyo or something.
I love that Makoto, this is the owner, Makoto Komoto of Tamari Bar, has posted up at T-Mobile Park, and he's doing the Area 206 curry there. Yeah. And that is such an amazing operation to watch. I mean, everyone is just like, they are like military precise, just pumping out katsu and curry bowls and just going through the line like so efficiently and with incredible discipline.
Do you let you listen to music while you do it?
I know, right?
Do you ever go to the little dessert bar next to Tamari Bar?
By 10.
I love that.
I do too.
It's so good. I like fruit kind of desserts. If I'm not a sweet tooth person as much. I'm more salty. But if I'm going to do dessert, I love like fruit stuff. And so they always have these cute little like layered fruit desserts and things like that.
Yeah, they have the little fruit cream sandwiches.
Yeah. So I haven't had the sandwiches, but I love their little custards and layered desserts they do. I love those.
I'm with you. I'm not really a chocolate person.
Not me
but
either,
I like fruit. I like caramel. Yeah.
Yep.
They
like that Toki whiskey caramel.
I was just going to say, you get ice cream there. You can get it topped with Toki whiskey caramel, and they will card you. Because
oh my gosh, it's that strong. Yes. I don't think I've had I've mostly had the little things
really,
I just take
really
away.
good.
Yeah.
Well, it's a sundae. It's in a little plastic cup. You can take it away.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Now
Walk
I know.
down the street.
Yeah, for sure. I rarely get it too because I can't eat a whole lot of ice cream. I kind of want like a gelato-sized portion of ice cream.
Totally.
Feels like you drank a gallon of milk after.
Yeah, exactly.
We usually share one, me and Matt, when we get one. We just share a small ice cream or something.
That's what I need. I need someone to share the ice cream with.
I really need to go to By 10 now that it's sunny.
Yes,
that's
exactly.
Perfect weather for By 10.
Call me, I'll come downstairs. At least for the next couple of weeks till I move.
I'm just going to scream your name outside.
Like,
okay, come
like Bill Murray and What About Bob?
I'm shithoused on Toki whiskey caramel. Come out, girl.
That's like one of the best movie lines ever is when he's like, oh, this corn is a hand shuck. Like, what
are you talking about?
What about Bob? You've never seen What About Bob?
I did, but I was like 8.
Yeah.
That's like, I've said that quote more than any movie quote, probably.
I think about that movie a lot, and there's so many lines from it that are super funny, and I tried to watch it a couple years ago. That movie suffers so hard from its corny soundtrack. At all times, there's like this goofy, wacky shit's gonna happen.
Was it like Mark Mothersbaugh or something?
It wasn't Mark Mothersbaugh, but like it was someone who was like trying to do Mark Mothersbaugh and like not hitting the bullseye on it.
What is the plot of What About Bob as quickly as you can say it? Because I did see it as a child and I just wiped it from my memory.
Okay, so
Bill Murray?
Yeah, Bill Murray plays a deeply neurotic person who goes to therapy and his psychiatrist is trying to sell him his dumb book that he wrote. And so he's not really providing him actual care. He's just selling him his book.
Okay. Richard Dreyfuss.
That's Richard Dreyfuss. Good. Bob gets very attached to him.
That's right.
And then Richard Dreyfuss' character is about to go on vacation with his family.
He goes and follows them, yes.
Yeah, he goes to follow them. And then he's just out in the town square when he arrives at the little town that they're in. And he just goes, Dr. Marvin! Dr. Leo Marvin! He's just shouting to try to find him, which is so ineffective. But just to Dr. Marvin's misfortune, he happens to be at the general store at this time walking out.
That's my middle name.
And he hears him. He tries to like kind of hide, but Bill Murray sees him. He's like, Dr. Marvin! Oh! And like stumbles towards him, and then they're connected for the rest of the movie.
The family loves him though. So it drives him crazy because the family and he also wears like his pet goldfish in a jar on his neck. It's like, it's so good. You gotta rewatch it.
I gotta view it with adult eyes. But yes, that's what I'm gonna do outside of By 10. What's your middle name? Michelle.
Michelle, exactly. Yeah, just scream. I'll come right down.
Dr. Taylor Michelle Cheney. I'll bring my goldfish.
So good. So what did you eat, Meg?
I stuck around Tacoma, hung out with Steven mostly. I didn't eat that many places, but boy, the places we ate. So we went to Corbeau on Friday, kind of on a whim. Yeah. Maybe personal, but we thought Steven was going to get laid off, and we found out he's not. And I said, that's an excuse to go to Corbeau and celebrate. He got moved to another department. He's safe. We get our lives back. And so we went out to Corbeau and got cocktails. They have really high level, beautiful cocktails. I don't remember what's in them now. One had like a pea and Thai basil cordial in it.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
It was called Megan Hates Vodka 2.0 because the bar manager is Megan Hansen. And one that says the psalm is Trevor Hamilton, and one was called Trevor Likes Daiquiris. So I think Megan was countering that with the fact that she hates vodka.
That's really cute.
Really beautiful drinks. Steven likes the burger there. They do a Pure Country beef burger, and they do beef fat fries from the Pure Country burger.
Nice.
And the burger is on brioche. It has like Gainsbourg edges, but this is not to shit on Gainsbourg, who I love, but it's just a higher quality sourcing.
Sure.
So, they've got Comté cheese and brioche and pickled shallots, I believe, and arugula. Like, it's just finer than Gainsbourg. Again, not to say anything negative about Gainsbourg.
It's just in a different category of
If Gainsbourg had been born rich. But the price point is comparable, I think. Yeah. We got like a couscous tabbouleh salad with pickled ramps on it, and did it have peas? I think it had green peas in it. No, it had asparagus. It was just green, and I asked for a salad, and I didn't want whatever salad it was. So it was like if a salad were filling, because it has the couscous in it.
Nice.
We love that place, and that's in Proctor, the Proctor neighborhood in Tacoma. And then I went to a media dinner at Woven, And so I've mentioned Woven before. It's on the waterfront. It's owned by the Puyallup tribe.
Oh, yeah. I heard you mentioned that before.
Shenanigans.
Yes.
Shenanigans. And then it was empty for like 7 years. Puyallup tribe bought it. So it's on a pier.
Oh, that's great.
With a water view around Defensive Bay. And so they brought in Roy Yamaguchi, who's famous, Hawaiian style steakhouse owner and chef. And then he sort of has a protege named Dexter Mina, who's a younger guy who's Filipino Hawaiian. And he's moved to Tacoma to be the chef there, but he's studied under Roy Yamaguchi. And so what they were doing is they had a Kamayan style seafood boil.
Oh, wow.
So Chef Dexter Mina came in and did similar to Viet Cajun, but not as spicy, I guess. And so they had mussels and clams and Dungeness crab and corn and sausage and potatoes, dumped it on the table with a bunch of sticky rice. Mm-hmm. But then he also did like pho spice ribs, these big, beautiful platters of ribs. They had, he did a tart, like a lau lau type dish, but he used butternut squash because it's native, right?
Oh, that's interesting. Yeah.
It was really, really, and the table was lined with banana leaves. And so
beautiful.
You eat with your hands. And so it was funny because it was a media dinner and Steve and I were like, fuck yeah, we'll eat with our hands. Like it's crab, you want to eat with your hands. Yeah. But people were a little bit shy about it. And they kind of just weren't eating as much food. The food was delicious, but they weren't really like digging in and rolling up their sleeves. And I realized these people don't know each other. And a Kamayan feast is for your friends and family.
Oh, right.
So you're eating with your hands in front of your friends and family who you trust. And I think everyone was just sort of like afraid to get food on their face or something like that.
Well, when you're sitting across the table from Phil, senior head of marketing. You're
right, exactly. And PR was there and people had their cameras out. And so, I don't know, like I wanted to see people kind of cut loose. They loosened up eventually, but like there was a ton of food left on the table. Oh, they had these great lumpia. We were calling them foot-long lumpia. They were gingery pork lumpia, and they were super, super long. They were like triple lumpia. Yeah. Anyway, all this is to say, at the end of the meal, there was a ton of food left. And they just brought us takeout boxes, and Steven and I each brought home, like I got a whole Dungeness crab.
Oh, damn.
With both claws. I think we each took home about 5 pounds of food.
To that dinner, please.
Yeah, I didn't know what I didn't know what to expect when I got there. And the sun was shining. We were right on the water on the deck. It was so gorgeous. Yeah, it was really, really nice. So I like that spot a lot. I'm going to try to interview the chef and try to do a story maybe for Seattle Mag, because I think that's just an interesting backstory there.
That's a great story.
The food was great. So they don't normally do that Kamayan feast, but they wanted to showcase their catering. So you can order it for your wedding or your birthday party or whatever, and they'll host it on the deck. And
nice.
It's very lavish.
So you can order it for your friends and family. And
that's right. People you actually know, and you're not worried about getting your hands dirty, which we were not.
Yeah, I love it.
But like lucky for us, because we got to take home a ton of food.
Yeah, for real.
Yeah. That's it. That's all I really ate at that I haven't mentioned before. So.
All right. Well, is that going to do it? We're going to talk about what's coming up next.
Yeah. Do you have pop-ups that you want to advertise?
Yeah. I would say I can't announce all of them yet because not all of them are like booked exact dates. But we're definitely talking to some people that I think people would love to come see do a pop-up. We'll, if you follow our Instagram though, we'll definitely post about it in advance, and we're really good about that. And then I'm hoping to start getting some special desserts and some special stuff going next week now that we're settled back in.
Great.
But yeah, no, I think summer will have some really fun things on the menu from our trip. So I'm excited about that. And we would love to get back into doing some more fundraising as well. Yeah. We really enjoyed doing that when we can. And
for Palestine.
Yes, absolutely. That absolutely needed right now.
Yeah.
And breaking my heart every day.
What groups were you working with?
The PCRF, and also another great organization called Heal Palestine that was started from someone who was part of the PCRF too.
Okay. Yeah. The PCRF is the Palestine Children's Relief Fund?
Yes. Okay. Heal Palestine, they do a lot of work with, sadly it's, what's happened to children over there is inexcusable and terrible.
Of course.
And, double amputee children that are 5 years old, younger. I mean, it's ridiculous. So
it's horrific.
It's horrific. And Heal Palestine does a lot of work with people that, get here to America, and they help them with their medical costs.
That's incredible.
Which is a really amazing organization. Yeah. And we'd love to do some fundraisers for them and,
cool.
Especially them, because I think they're a little newer than PCRF. So we'd love to do that.
Great.
Yeah. Here's to that.
Mark, have you written anything lately?
I'm working on a map update for the University District for Eater, Seattle.
Great.
It's funny because I feel like I'm always talking about working on a map update about the University District.
It's just your life now.
It just updates a lot. It's a popular map, and there's just a lot going on over in that area. So I'm trying to find some places to add. There's some places I'm considering. There's some places I went to that, were a little disappointing, and I was like, oh shoot, well I gotta keep looking.
Yeah.
But it's just so abundant over there, and it's
in the district.
Yeah, I really enjoy working on it, and so that one is due on the 29th. It will probably publish shortly after. I never know what the edit queue is going to look like, and what that timing is like. But
cool.
Yeah, that's me now. What are you working on?
Sounds worthy. I'm still trying to finish my my cocktail column with the stranger.
Oh, really?
The problem is that they don't give me a deadline, and so then I punt it for the things that do have a deadline. I'm so sorry. And my column my column this month was actually supposed to be May. It probably won't go till June now. Is LaCroix.
Yeah.
So I apologize, Matt Packmeyer, who was a previous guest. I want to write about one of his iconic drinks there. I'm scrambling to get it done ASAP. I'm writing that cidery road trip for Eater. That's almost done. I did a ton of research on the history of the apple and how there are still apple forests in Kazakhstan and that kind of thing.
Oh, cool.
Did I mention that I have a happy hour guide to bars that are near SIF theaters? I know SIF has concluded as of today, but that's on the street in the current issue of The Stranger.
That's a cool one.
What are some of them? Or we should probably just read it.
Just read it. But I mean, the Sitting Room, I was really happy to showcase them. They're great. And Navy Strength is in there, and Luca's, which is brand new.
Yeah.
Which you went to this week, yeah?
I did, yeah.
You hit up Luca's?
Yeah, that place is fantastic.
I feel like I wrote something else. Oh, I know what it was. It's not about food, but in Seattle Met, my every other month, bi-monthly, column on historical buildings is out.
Oh, yes.
And so I wrote a story on the Henry Art Gallery that finally saw the light of day, and it turned out great. And they found really good historical photos. There's a cool photo of Horace C. Henry and Henry Suzzalo shaking hands because they were contemporaries, right?
Yeah.
And so the Henry Art Gallery was built on the UW campus because they were homies, right?
Yeah, so cool.
And Suzzalo's like, hey, you want to put your art collection somewhere safe, right? And he's like, sure, I'll bequeath it to the UW, essentially. So that turned out great. That's on seattlemet.com.
That's rad.
You can read it.
All right. Nice. Next week, we have Joey and Gilliam from Senza Fine.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
Cool. Friends of the pod. Exciting.
Great Amaro producers. It'll be very interesting to talk about how they see things as opposed to Skip Tognetti from Letterpress, who we had on earlier.
Yeah.
Very different approaches out of those two different distilleries.
It's going to be another podcast where everyone's Italian except me. Damn it. We didn't even talk about being Dutch with Aaron last week. I think he and I we're dinos. We're Dutch in name only.
Oh, yeah, sure.
Not culturally.
Well, Taylor, thank you so much for joining us.
Yeah, thank you so much for having me.
Super fun.
Thank you. It's always nice to see you guys.
You too. Sure. Let's go to all the places we said we're going to go to.
Yes, we'll do a dessert, and then we'll go to Sugar Hill, and we'll go get dessert after.
Yeah, and let's. I want to go to Independent Pizza also.
Yes, that too. Let's do that.
Really exciting.
I'm down.
It's a date.
Yay.
Until next week, everyone.
Bye,
Thank
folks.
you. Thanks,
Bye.
guys. Bye.